If you're in a healthy relationship with a man, can you stitch this video and talk about it? I'm stuck in the algorithm on TikTok where it's just a bunch of horror stories from women and men with bad behavior, and many of my relationships reflect that dynamic too. But I believe in love, and I want love still.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Omomi, aka Petite Diva, and in this video we are discussing healthy relationship. Now, a particular creator came on TikTok and she just asked that those in healthy relationship with men talk about their relationship, just to give people like a boost, because lately you know that it's a lot of negative image that relationships are getting. If it's not toxic, if it's not narcissistic, if it's not extremely annoying, it seems like there's no healthy or happy relationship, especially among less than 50-year-olds. So she just decided that, please, if you are in a healthy relationship, can you just talk about it, so that people who don't know what healthy relationship looks like would be able to have a feel of what it looks like, and just backs in the euphoria of seeing people happy in their relationship.
If you're in a healthy relationship with a man, can you stitch this video and talk about it? I'm stuck in the algorithm on TikTok where it's just a bunch of horror stories from women and men with bad behavior, and many of my relationships reflect that dynamic too. But I believe in love, and I want love still. And I know I'm not alone. I know how important it is when you're trying to attract something new into your life to find examples of other people who have that thing. And so this is my attempt to find examples and to get some healing. And I think it would be healing for a lot of other women too, who are still looking for love in spite of all that they've been through. So anything that you're comfortable sharing would be great, from how you met to what you love about them, to what the dynamic of your relationship is like, what they do for you, what you do together, if you've ever had a big argument and how you've gotten through it, like anything that you want to share. And if you think your story is too boring to share, you're probably exactly who we need to be hearing from. Just stitch this video, tag me in it, and I'll be sure to repost it on my page too.
So a lot of people, surprisingly, a lot of people had things to say about their healthy relationships. So a lot of people stitched the video. So let's check out what they have to say, and then I'll come back with my thoughts.
If you're in a healthy relationship with a man, can you stitch this video and talk about it? I'm stuck in the
Not only am I in a healthy relationship with a man, I'm in a healthy relationship with a Black, attractive, high-earning man. I think that's important to note, because a lot of Black women, especially who want and to desire to marry a Black man, feel like they might have to settle. And no, you don't. I have been with Jonathan 6 years. We got married 3 months ago. And when I tell you that I have never once, since we've been together, had to worry about who I was going to get with him. If I had to give him a nickname, I would call him Mr. Follow Through. Since the very beginning, Jonathan has been what he's talking about, okay? I remember when we first started dating, we would plan dates on like a Sunday, and like almost every day leading up into the Friday date, I would be like, are we still going? Like, are you still excited? And finally one day he sat me down and he was like, stop asking me that, because if I say that I'm going to do something, it's going to get done. And he wasn't laughing. Original creator also suggested to talk about your life with your partner. And that's such an interesting thing, because so many people have asked us, how has our life changed since we got married? And honestly, it hasn't changed that much. And that's because I knew exactly what to expect when I married Jonathan. I think something that social media like puts in our heads is that every day has to be exciting. Every day has to be this grand gesture, or whatever the case may be. And honestly, what I find so joyful about being with Jonathan is that the everyday things are some of the things I enjoyed the most. Like today, we were on a walk. We walked to go get coffee, and Jonathan looked at me and said, I'm so happy with you. And that is what we do very often with each other. We tell each other in real time, no matter what small task it is or what small thing we're doing, I'm having a good time with you. Like, this is fun for me. And so that we understand that our day-to-day life is enjoyable and we love doing it with each other. So I know we can get on these apps and we feel like, damn, everybody complaining. Please know that there are people out there who probably are just silent because they're just having a good time walking down the street. Let me know if you want to hear more about my boo, because I love him. And also, I'm going to throw a picture in the end because we just got married, and why not? Bye!
If you're in a healthy relationship with a man, can you stitch this video and talk about it? I'm stuck in the algorithm.
I am in a relationship. I've been married for 15 years.
Wow.
And I'm also a couples therapist.
Okay.
And I want to speak to these two experiences that I have on this question that you're asking. So first, personally, my husband and I are definitely not perfect. It doesn't sound like you're looking for perfect or perfection. You're looking for something healthy. I do think that for the most part, we've learned a lot of really great skills going to therapy and doing the work individually to regulate and show up accountable for each other. But there are times when we are not healthy. And I'm even like a trained and licensed therapist. And there are times, sometimes a lot of times when I'm stressed out, that I do not show up healthy. And that's the same for my husband, who has a very stressful job. We have 3 kids, and sometimes it feels impossible to just really show up for each other.
So how do you do
But I
that?
think ultimately it's not about being healthy all the time. It's about having the same destination and being able to help each other get there. Sometimes you're cruising at the same speed and it feels great. And other times you're not, but you know that you're on the same road going to the same place. And so I think about that as being really accountable to yourself and to each other. And I also think about it as having the same values and really having the same vision for what you want your relationship and family to look like. That hasn't always happened. I decided to become a couples therapist because my husband and I were in therapy and I saw how amazing it was for our relationship. I work with couples almost every single day with a variety of issues that they come in with. And the thing that I noticed for couples that stay together, and I don't see couples all the way through to the end, but the couples who leave therapy and stay together, they're the ones that have a shared vision. They're the ones that have same values and created values together. They're going to the same destination. And they realize that sometimes their partner isn't able to drive at the same speed as them. And it's not necessarily about slowing down, but it's about kind of being present with yourself enough to know that they're going to catch up. And that's okay. And I don't know if that helps at all, except to say I work with couples sometimes at their lowest point, and they love each other madly and deeply, and they just want to figure out a way to make it work. And a lot of times they do, and sometimes they don't. And that's not a bad thing. It's actually really great in a peaceful way sometimes to figure out, hey, this isn't working, and to end amicably and on good terms. But I would say that there's a lot of hope for men who are accountable to themselves, who have a desire to be insightful and to learn about themselves and to show up accountable to you, and to their family and to the world. I mean,
Showing up.
yeah, I definitely think it's possible. And I mean, I see people at their worst in their relationships sometimes. So if I can hold hope, maybe you can hold hope too.
If you're in a healthy relationship with a man, can you stitch this video and talk about
So let me start off by saying that I am 28 years old and I am just now, for the first time in my life, in a real, serious, healthy, committed adult relationship. And trust me, I've dated a lot of guys, but like she says in that video, they just always end up in horror stories. There's so many games involved in dating, and it could be really discouraging when you believe wholeheartedly in love and you really want love for yourself. There was always just so much disappointment involved in my experiences that it just became part of my nature to assume that that's always going to happen and I'm always going to be let down by guys. So by the time that I met my boyfriend, it was just part of my thought process and my mindset. So say that he would go MIA for a couple of hours if he didn't answer my text because he was quite literally just busy at work. I figured he's ghosting me. I'll never hear from him again. If we had plans that night, I would say, oh, I guess he's bailing. That's just what they all do. But much to my surprise, he just always proved my thoughts wrong. And pretty early on in seeing him, my brain started to just like rewire. And I started to be able to tell myself like, but he's never given you a reason to doubt him. Trust his actions. Don't think about what has happened in the past. Anytime that like I started to think negatively, I was like, but he's never given you a reason to feel this way. So just follow that. Just trust that. And since then, since day one, he has never canceled a plan, changed a plan. Quite frankly, he's never even been late to pick me up. He's always been on time, even when we lived basically an hour away from each other. And like she says in that original video, some people will probably think that their relationship is too boring to talk about, but those are probably the most important stories to share. She's absolutely right, because a lot of people mistake it as being bored when the reality is you're just at peace. There's just no confusion, there's no games, there's no drama. So that might look like boringness. So while there is so much that I could share, so much that I love about him and our relationship, I think that point was the most important one. That now at 28 years old, I finally met someone and found someone who never let me be confused. Just at peace.
If you're in a healthy relationship with a man, can you stitch this video and talk about?
Let's do my makeup and talk about being in a healthy relationship. I am nearly a year in with my boyfriend Callum. Isn't he a cutie little golden retriever? It's healthy, it's loving. Completely gave up on the idea of love. Thought my romantic heart would never be fulfilled. It was the stuff of fairy tales and fantasies. No, healthy love does exist. I'm going to use an if he wanted to, he would example to explain this point. The other night I got sick, so this darling man wakes up in the morning, makes me a honey lemon ginger medicine drink, and he leaves me a voice message saying he's going to go and get some bits after work and he hopes I feel better soon, etc. Then he goes to his 9 to 5. He finishes. He's tired, it's the end of his work day, but he immediately goes to a medicinal shop. He picks up echinacea tablets, which are really good for a cold. He picks up 2 herbal teas. He goes to a different shop. He gets ingredients to make me a broth for dinner and a immune boosting smoothie. I've been home all day feeling sorry for myself, sat on the sofa like sniffling. He gets home, he immediately shows me the little haul he got me. He makes me another honey lemon ginger. He makes me a tea. He tells me to sit down and relax. He makes me the broth, and then he spends the evening with me. We do our end of year journaling and goal setting together. I then tell him, do you want me to sleep separately tonight? Like I'm sniffling in the night, I'm coughing, I'm tossing and a turning. He's like, no, you're sleeping with me. I can't be without you. I need the cuddles. Then he gets up this morning. Again, he's got his 9 to 5. He is talking to me. I am still in the void. I don't wake up till after he's gone. I go downstairs and he's made me this little medicinal drink selection and written me a little note. The tea ready. We've got smoothie. We've got a lemon shot. We've got my echinacea tablet. We've got water. A key point here is that I did not ask for any of this. He just did it because if he wanted to, he would. He loves me and he wants to help me feel better, and I would do the same for him. Nearer the start of our relationship, I was telling him about how I struggle with chronic fatigue. And what does he do? He listens, he goes away, he researches chronic fatigue and things that can help at home. Next time he sees me, he brings me these mushroom complex supplements. I saw a different girl's stitch, again talking about a beautiful relationship that she's in right now. There was a comment saying, oh, this one's gonna hurt. However, another sign that I know that I'm in a healthy relationship is that I'm not with him out of codependency or a fear of being alone. I had been single and living alone for a good part of a year before I started chatting to my partner. I love my own company. I'm comfortable by myself. In fact, too comfortable. I can be a little bit of a hermit sometimes. He comes into my life and he adds to it and makes it better. He doesn't complete me. And I know that if really sadly it wouldn't work out, I would be heartbroken. It would take me a while to get over it, but I know that I would be okay in the end because I've got myself. So I know that loving him, being in a relationship with him, showing up for him every day is a choice that I make because I want to. It's not like it's harmonious all of the time. Like Callum is my best friend. We have a lot of shared values, interests, but we still have miscommunications, we still have conflicts arise over things that we disagree on. That's normal and healthy. It's the conflict resolution that shows how strong your relationship is. I'm young, I had a lot of stuff I had to learn about relationships. I've done a lot of healing work to get to this point. Know that you are deserving of being loved in the way that you need to be loved. And if somebody can't love you in that way, that doesn't make them this awful person. They're just not right for you, even if you want them to be. I promise you, there will be multiple people out there that want to love you in the way that you need to be loved, that are emotionally available, because although love isn't always easy, there will be someone that finds you easy to love even in the difficult times. Here's the look. I hope you find some healthy love soon in your life. Mwah.
If you're in a healthy relationship with a man, can you stitch this video and talk about it? I'm stuck in the
Hi. I'm in a really healthy relationship with a man, and this is something I've been wanting to talk about for a while, and that is accepting healthy love after never experiencing healthy love, and how difficult of a transition that is, and how difficult it is to like rewire that in your brain. So when my boyfriend and I were first dating, it felt different, and it felt different from any relationship I had had, any like situationship I had had with a man. It was like something about it was different. And looking back now, it's the fact that he's a good guy and just an all-around good person. But at the time I was like, I don't trust this. Because I've been with the good guy. I've been with the good person. I've been with the guy that has rave reviews from everybody in the city, and he fucked me up beyond fucking belief, you know? And so I was like, I don't want to do this again. And so I just like built up a wall. I built up this big wall when me and my boyfriend started dating, where I was like, I'm going to stay here, you stay on that other side of the wall, and I'm just going to be safe here. And that way, if you walk away, I'm just still going to be behind the wall and I'll be fine. So I was protecting myself to a point where I sabotaged our relationship a lot, and I sabotaged like myself a lot. But the thing that really got me, the thing that really like broke this down, was that he loved me through it.
Wow.
Like, loved me through it all. Like, literally never, ever expected anything from me other than to be myself and to be with him. Whether that was I was in a great mood and I was super happy, I was in a bad mood and I was crying, I was in a bad mood and I was being snappy and mean with him, we were arguing, whatever. He loved me through it, and he just proved it time and time again. And it took a lot for me to accept that and be like, okay, you literally love me despite everything. And just like his kindness, his patience, his like generosity, and the way that he values me and values the things that I care about, and like pushes me to be better, pushes me to do things that I love, and doesn't expect me to like live up to any standard that would have been previously set for me. You know, he just loves me like as a person. And like I finally realized that, and I was like, damn, I'm gonna marry you. Like, I have previously diluted myself and put myself into boxes and been put into boxes by men, and had been expected to dilute myself for men. And you know what? It's taken a lot to realize that that's not necessary. And when you find somebody that loves you, that really loves you, they're going to love you despite it all. And they're going to do anything for you despite it all. And you don't deserve a lukewarm love. You don't deserve begging somebody. You don't deserve chasing somebody. You deserve somebody that is right there, and they say, I'm right here, and I'm gonna be right here. And you have a choice to make. And I think I made the right choice. And I really fucking love my boyfriend. He makes me feel very safe and secure, and I'm so lucky. So that's what I have to say.
If you're in a healthy relationship with a man, can you stitch this video and talk about it?
I've been with my man for 4.5 years, and I really never talk about it online. It just doesn't seem, it's just not my vibe. It's not either him or I's vibe. But I really love this video, and I wanted to chime in and give some of my experience. He is about to be 29. I am 27. We met when I was 22 and he was 23, he was 24. So we were really young when we met. Matched on Hinge. I know. We moved in together after 4 years of dating. We waited a long time to move in together, and I'm really glad, and I love it so much. I was very much very hesitant on moving in together because I love my independence. I've lived alone for a while. I love it so much. But him moving in has honestly been so much fun. He's genuinely my best friend. I'm his. There's no other person on the planet that we would rather spend time with. Genuinely feels like an equal partnership. He's not a deadbeat, fucking not helping out in the house. He does the dishes, he helps, he does all the same things that I do. He takes care of the dogs, which are technically my dogs. He takes them on walks in the morning. I always handle the dogs in the morning. He always handles the dogs at night. He's a closer, I'm an opener. It's what works best with our schedule. Never really had to get like super in depth on that. It just is like what naturally happens, and it's equal. He does dishes way more often than me because I hate doing dishes. He buys me flowers, he makes me coffee in the morning and sets it by my bed. Almost every morning he makes sure I have my water bottle that's full and next to my nightstand, so that way I start drinking water because I'm really bad at drinking water. He reminds me to drink water all the time. He makes sure I've eaten. Every day on his way home from his morning workout, he texts me and asks me if I need anything or want anything. He's gone down to the coffee shop below our apartment and prepaid for my coffee because he knew that I was going to go later. Yesterday, our dog had a vet appointment and he wasn't going to be able to make it, but he rushed and made it and just waited in the lobby with me. There was no need for him to actually be there. That tells you any type of how he will be as a dad. He gets me my favorite drinks. He gets me my favorite snacks. He knows what my favorite drinks and my favorite snacks and my favorite foods are. He helps me out with my business when I need it. Every time I go shopping, he asks me to do a try on haul for him when I get home. Every time while I'm out thrifting, he asks me to text pictures of what I found while I'm literally in the car. He always has his hand on me in the car. As we've gotten older, since we started dating when we were so young, we've given one another opportunity to grow and change because our brains have fully developed and we are different people than we were when we were 22. I can be my genuinely weirdest, most crazy self in front of him and he still loves me and jokes with me. We both can be insanely weird and we can cry and there's no shame or judgment or embarrassment or anything. He bought us matching ornaments at Target yesterday. We've done long distance for a lot of time while we've been together and he had flowers sent while he was in a different country. He's planned entire weekends and trips without me doing it. He's got the car, he's done all the planning. If I asked him to go get groceries, he would just do it. He wouldn't need to know where things are. He wouldn't need a list. He could just get me groceries if I asked him to. He makes our bed in the morning probably more often than I do. We let each other go do things that we enjoy separately. We aren't on top of each other all the time, but we still get to come home and be together after. I'll go out with my friends, I'll go play pool, I'll go to the bar, I'll do what I want to do and I know he'll be waiting for me and he's not mad or bothered. I wear whatever clothes I want that make me feel good. He's not like, oh my gosh, you can't wear that, because literally I would never be with someone like that. Regularly will send me pictures of our dogs while I'm at work because I can't be home and he's home with them. He makes me breakfast a lot. He texts my mom sometimes and I text his mom sometimes. It's never like bashing on each other. We're just like chit-chatting with your mom. I know that if there was any circumstance where I needed this man, he would show up for me and vice versa. He was stranded in a foreign country and I immediately bought him a flight home, didn't think about it. And I know he would do the same for me. We are partners, we are equals, we are best friends, and all of these things go without really having to say at this point. When I'm crying, he will literally wipe the tears off my face because it makes me laugh. And all of these things aren't really that special or exciting. All of these things should be happening all the time in any relationship, in my opinion. We will gossip with one another. Anytime I want to talk shit about somebody that he has no idea who it is, he's all ears. He's pausing the show. He's setting his phone down. He's listening. I'm going to all his games and he's going to all of my special events. He decided to do Thanksgiving at home this year and he cooked half the stuff. Because again, we're partners, we're equals. Yeah, we don't really take each other on extravagant trips and do all these. He's not buying me a fucking Birkin or a Chanel, but we are equals, we are partners. We are best friends, and that man is the love of my life.
If you're in a healthy relationship with a man, can you stitch this video and talk about
I'm in a healthy relationship with the black man of my dreams. He is kind, he is enterprising, he is generous, he is faithful. And most importantly, he is my very best friend, period. Successful relationships can be described as just that. That's your boring best friend. The key to staying in a healthy relationship is find someone that likes you. Not the show you put on, not the part that you use to attract other people, but someone who genuinely likes you. Someone who you can sit on the floor with, crisscross applesauce, laugh until your eyes are tearing up, and have that same person also be the person to console you during your very worst days. I think in the beginning of a relationship, we really prioritize romance and courtship and dating and vacations and flashiness. But the best, most long-sustaining relationships, the most long-term relationships that I know, are people that have wonderful companionship. Their partner is reliable, they're loyal, they're supportive. I am my partner's comfort, I am my partner's peace, I am my partner's #1 fan, and vice versa.
If you're in a healthy relationship with a man, can you stitch this video and talk about?
I have been married to my husband for 10 years. We've been together for 12, and we are absolutely still each other's best friend. When people talk about how marriage is hard work, I cannot relate because literally my marriage is the easiest part of my life. We're very similar people and have a really good way of communicating. Of course, we still have tiffs and arguments about how things are done in the business of raising a family and a home and all that stuff, but they never last more than like an hour. Because at the core of it, we don't want to be mad at each other. There's so much love there. We text and talk to each other constantly throughout the day, and we really try to find things that we like to do separately and find a way to do them together. Like, I'm starting to learn how to play golf, and my husband watches Bravo shows with me. And through all of the best friend aspect of it, we still keep that romantic spark alive. We go on dates. He tells me I'm beautiful every time and in every version of me. He once sat with me in a bathroom while I had the stomach bug for a full 12 hours. I leave him little love notes in his clothes, and we make each other laugh. I'm seriously my husband's biggest fan.
Healthy relationship with a man, can you stitch this video and talk about it? I'm stuck in the
I'm not going to talk about it. Instead, I'm just going to show you it. This is literally a video that just happened a couple days ago. It was at Christmas with my husband. This is us playing the most insignificant game that you could ever choose. It's called Chicken versus Hot Dog. And this is him rooting for me. I feel like this is the perfect picture of a healthy relationship. Because can you imagine how loudly he rooted for me whenever I like started my own business or like got some really cool clients? I don't know. You watch and then you tell me.
Light right over. Oh, that's your.
That was really close.
Oh, one more rotation.
One more.
Whoa. That thing just looked like it was taking off.
If you're in a healthy relationship with a man, can you stitch this video and talk about it?
So my relationship with my husband is the most healthy relationship I've ever seen in my life between a man and a woman in a romantic relationship. Growing up, I did not have any examples, so I'm like super proud of our growth and our maturity, especially considering the fact that our marriage is still very new. We've been married for almost 3 years now. When I tell you this man is my best friend and my #1 supporter, like, if I tell him that I want to do something, he is going to be rooting for me through and through. He financially invests in my endeavors, in my ideas, in my dreams, and he just speaks so much life, and he's always affirming me in any possible way that he can. He is very reliable, like the most reliable person that I know. If he tells me he's going to do something, I never have to question it. He's going to show up for me time and time again. And I was just having a conversation with him, and we were talking about how, you know, when you're in a healthy relationship and you have a healthy partner, someone that is really there for you, you both win. You're both the prize. And I'm just so grateful for him and the impact and influence he's had on my life, because our relationship, our marriage, our friendship has genuinely helped me grow. And I feel really lucky to have him. And some other qualities that I want to really highlight about our marriage is the fact that we've created such a safe space within our relationship. Like, we are constantly talking to one another in a way that makes us feel heard, seen, understood, and validated. And because we have such a safe space, we talk about everything. We talk about our deepest thoughts and dreams, and I just feel so comfortable with him. And I think because we have created such a safe space, it's helped us both grow as individuals. And, you know, the trust is just real. It's really, really there. And I felt like it was important for me to stitch this video because as a Black woman, you know, I could imagine that it feels exhausting to be on social media and see so much toxicity between men and women, especially Black men and women, like seeing the gender wars. But I just wanted to share because I wanted to encourage any woman that good men still exist. There are reliable men out there. There are trustworthy, honest men of character. And, you know, don't lose all hope and all faith. And I empathize that it may be difficult to find those men, but they absolutely do exist. And the man that you need, the man that you want and desire and deserve, he is out there for you. So just keep the hope.
Okay, first things first, I am jealous. I'm going to say it without no shame. Oh my God, they looked so happy. They talked about so many things that I was like, oh. And they were talking, and I was like, oh my goodness, I am really jealous. Anyway, apart from the jealous part that I felt, I'm happy for them. Hopefully, by God's grace. I am hoping and I'm having faith that one day, I'll do a video and talk about healthy relationship. But any which way, and some of the things that I learned from what a lot of them was saying. Number one was that you both have to have the same values, the same destination, the same vision, and understand that at one point in time, things might not be going so smoothly. You might not be approaching the same values or the same destination at the same speed, and it's okay to know that at one point in time that can happen, and it's also okay to know that things will get back on track. A lot of the women were talking about their spouse or their partners doing things for them without being told, without being pushed. The little things that you might think are just insignificant are the things that they found very nice and very comforting. And a lot of them were also talking about the fact that their relationship might be deemed boring because they might not be doing so much of the extravagant thing. The lady that was talking about Birkins and traveling to extravagant places is what some people would call as nice or not boring. But for her, she doesn't really look at that. She looks at the things that he does, the interest that he has in the things that she's doing, and the fact that he's even taking care of a dog and everything. They all made reference to act of service, affirmation, just being there for them, loyalty. That was another thing they kept on saying. Someone that is loyal, someone that they communicate well. Peace. That's another thing they all talked about. Having peace, having a partner and being in a relationship where there is peace. And for me, I think that is actually the most important thing that you're supposed to have in a relationship. The fact that you'll be at peace with somebody, you can be yourself. You don't have to act up. Like when you go out, you can switch it and act, but in the house, you're supposed to be yourself. You're supposed to be relaxed. You're not supposed to be thinking, oh, if I do this, this person might flip. If I do that, this person might do something. Oh, I don't want to do this because it might cause a problem. I don't want to be like this because I don't feel comfortable with this person. And I'm not going to lie. Apart from the fact that I say I'm jealous, it made me feel good seeing that people are in healthy relationship and it's not boring as they are saying. For me, I found out that it's nice. It's not boring. I know a lot of people will say it's boring, but it's not boring. It's being at peace. This world is already troublesome. There's so many things that you encounter outside the world. Your house is supposed to be where your peace is. You're supposed to be at peace. You're supposed to be happy. Even if you're sad, you're supposed to be happy that, okay, there's somebody that can help you shoulder the sadness and help resolve the sadness or help you maneuver the sadness, because there are sometimes that your partner cannot do anything about the sadness, but we can be there to hold your hand and help to boost your mood. So seeing them say all that was actually very nice. It's nice also to know that those are the kind of things to expect in a healthy relationship, so that if it happens, if you eventually get to a point where you have a healthy relationship, you don't use your past experience to say that this doesn't look real. So when you see it, you know that, okay, this is actually what healthy relationship is supposed to be. Like one of them said that she had previously had toxic relationship and the rest, so that when she eventually had this healthy relationship, she didn't really recognize it, and she just wanted to have like a wall between them. But when she saw that this is what it's real, she eventually had to just let go. So it's going to happen to a lot of people. I understand. I know that it's going to happen. It happens to a lot of people, especially if you've never had a healthy relationship, and then you eventually find yourself in a healthy relationship, and you're like, okay, is this real or not? So for me, watching this was enlightening, and like I said, it made me jealous, but it is what it is. I'm happy for all of them, and I hope they continue to have a healthy, long relationship with their partners. I don't know if you guys found this video useful. Do you have any experience of a healthy relationship? I would love to hear your thoughts. I would love to hear your stories. So please leave your comment in the comment section. If you've never experienced any healthy relationship, what did you think about this whole video? What did you think about the women talking about their healthy relationship? Is there anything that they said that actually struck a chord with you and you were like, okay, I would love this? So I would love to hear your thoughts about that. So please leave your comments in the comment section so that we can get this discussion popping. Now, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are not yet subscribed and you like videos such as this, please consider subscribing by clicking on the red button that says subscribe. And don't forget to click on the bell notification icon by the side so that you're notified anytime I upload videos. Now, with all that said, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.